Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. A good season of Survivor tells a compelling story that has you rooting for someone and against someone else. You will want to watch episode after episode to see what happens next until it all finishes with a hopefully satisfying conclusion. Each story that we look at together will go through one character's journey from beginning to end, from the time they are introduced until they inevitably get their torch snuffed or win the game. We will look at every character moment and strategic move to determine whether they were a hero or a villain and whether they were a good or bad strategist. And with that, welcome to Once Upon an Island. For reference, we are only going to be observing what the TV show is showing us and what story is being told through the show. No future seasons will be mentioned, as the story and characters here have no idea about what happens in those future seasons. All character moments and strategic moves are interpreted with the mindset of what the story is trying to tell us. And with that,
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
Ozzy Lusth, back to play again on Survivor's 16th season, Survivor Micronesia. His time on Cook Island saw him as the fan favorite who went full-on challenge beast in a way that is still unrivaled. He single-handedly won his tribe challenges over and over, along with winning 5 individual immunity challenge. It is too bad Terry Dietz is not back on this season as well, so we can see these two face off. Survivor Micronesia features a cast of half new players called fans and half favorites, though I will say these fans are less fans and more like an eclectic group of individuals who some are fans and some I think were just cast for their looks. With that, we are also back in Palau for the first time since season 10, and right out the gate the show establishes that these favorites are powerhouses, with Penner saying that this will be the Boston Red Sox versus a bunch of scrubs, and that being followed up by,
I could almost be on the fan side because I'm a fan of all these people, so for me to see like Yao and Ozzy over here, it was like crazy.
Everybody wants to beat me now, and hopefully I can tap into that same kind of energy and will that I had last time.
Jeff then says, welcome you new players to a season we designed to destroy you. Now he doesn't say that exactly, but he might as well. We meet the cast, which includes Amy, Eliza, Suri, Penner, and Parvati, who you might recognize from Cook Islands, Yowman, James, and Amanda. When Ozzy shows up, everyone fangirls over him, but I did fail to mention one more person on the favorites cast.
The most infamous of all survivors, Johnny Fairplay, who already looks intoxicated.
I wanted to throw up when I saw Johnny Fairplay. He's a pig. He's a loser pig. I would just love one moment to kick him. One moment, just to kick him hard in the shin.
So, Fairplay, are you dressing like me?
You want to know what you're playing for?
I'm actually impressed. I like to know that you have aspirations to get out of your current place in life.
Wow.
Yeah, they brought him back too. The only player from the original 7 seasons. We then meet Eric Reichenbach, who says he thinks he can compete with Ozzy physically, just proving what Ozzy said earlier. Then Jeff says, surprise, there is an idol for each tribe across the water. Whoever finds the idol for each of their tribes will be safe for one tribal council. Go. Eric beats Ozzy across the water, but that doesn't really matter as Kathy finds the fans idol and Yowman beats Fairplay, quite literally, for the favorites idol. I am sure Tracy got a kick out of Fairplay hitting his head against the boat. They all then traveled to their new beach, which by the way, I am 99% positive this is the Oolong Beach from season 10, which is not a good sign of things to come if that tribe is any indication. However, after being on their new beach for maybe an hour.
Nice, Ozzy. This is so much more pleasant than day 1 of last time. I know, right?
We then see that there's a romance already happening, which means that these two were into each other well before they arrived here. That is Parvati and James. However, Eliza says she has also noticed Ozzy and Amanda starting to hit it off as well.
I'll be totally honest with you. If you saw my season, you can know that when I say that I'm going to stick to something, I do it.
Yeah. You know what? It's so funny that you're here because you're like one of my favorite players. I don't know, I think that's really cool. And you're like the loyal one.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's so awesome.
We then see Penner, Yowman, Eliza, and Amy all form a 4-person alliance. Eliza says we have to go up against Parvati, James, Ozzy, and Amanda since they seem to be the other foursome here. Not that we have seen this confirmed at all, but it is true based on what we will see later in the season. And basically, Cirie and Fairplay are the wild cards that people are trying to recruit to their side. Parvati and Ozzy then talk to Fairplay, with Parvati saying she wants Eliza out since Penner and Eliza want her out. Ozzy says he's personally wary of Eliza after seeing how villainous she played in Vanuatu. At the immunity challenge, the arrogance of the favorites has a face, and its name is Fairplay.
We're doing 3 courses for every meal. It's ridiculous. I'm getting fat. I've gained weight since I've been here.
Joel, you buying all this?
No. You guys are dumber than you look.
First immunity challenge is won by the fans!
Yeah, the irony of Fairplay saying that, followed by them losing and it not even being close, it says a lot. Back at camp, Penner is humbled by the loss, but so is Ozzy. But then, in a plot twist that comes completely out of left field, Fairplay says, actually, I want to be voted out so I can see my girlfriend who is 7 months pregnant. Now, his girlfriend being 7 months pregnant is not the plot twist that was established well earlier, but him wanting to leave already, that's new. Parvati's like, come on, stop screwing around, and Fairplay says, no, I'm serious. So at Tribal Council, Jeff is mad at Fairplay. What else is new? But Fairplay's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. So in a 9-1 vote, he's gone.
Johnny Fairplay, the tribe has spoken.
Get a hug.
The arrogance of the favorites in this premiere was something funny to see get knocked out of them so quickly, but for Ozzy, he seems to be a bit one-dimensional so far in the story. To be fair, it has only been a normal 40-minute episode with 20 people to show, but still, he is being presented as a threat who Eric wants to topple and everyone respects. That's about it. The target looms large on his back as the biggest threat, as he was 1 vote from winning in his previous season and was a challenge beast as well, who clearly still has it. By the way, if you want to pick who I cover for story videos like this one, then consider supporting Once Upon an Island on Patreon. It only costs a few bucks a month and we are picking new story videos every month. You can cancel at any time, link in the description.
Can't believe you just cut that fish with your bare hands, right? I know, how awesome is that?
Yes, guys, we lost Fairplay, but we did gain a fish. Maybe that's a good omen.
Oh wow, I didn't even get a chance to speak and Ozzy's already caught a fish. We're like 2 seconds in episode 2. That's just amazing. This dude is an animal at survival. But then the next day we see a development in Ozzy and Amanda's friendship as they take the next step together.
I was awake quite a bit last night and I heard the sounds of jungle love, I guess. I think we'll be receiving birth announcements from Ando and her little oslets that she's about to have.
It's silly, you know. Go get a hotel room. I mean, you got to take one step back and say, there might be somebody awake. We are sleeping together in a cave, you know.
I'm starting to become really attracted to Amanda. She is so cute. I mean, she's beautiful. And it's like, oh, we just gotta stay apart as long as possible, because if it becomes obvious to the group, then I'm gonna have a giant target on my back.
If you're going to kiss, just do it somewhere where no one can see you. This is too obvious. And either way, this is moving kind of fast. It's day 4, I think. If Parvati and James have done the same thing, we have yet to see it happen. At the immunity challenge, Jeff reveals that it is true, Exile Island has returned this season and there is a regular immunity idol hidden there as well. They're not at the camp like they were in China. The favorites go on to win immunity. So we move on to episode 3 where Ozzy says his preferred order of elimination is Yao-Man, Penner, and then Cirie. No love lost, by the way, between Penner and these Cook Islands players, but more importantly is how Ozzy wants the swing vote in Cirie gone as well. At the reward challenge, the favorites win in large part due to Penner, and back at camp,
Nice girl, we got tangled up and she's like, so, you have a girlfriend? Oh!
I watched the challenge back to see who that could have been, and maybe it's Natalie or Alexis, I'm not quite sure. However, that night we see Ozzy and Amanda cuddling up while it rains hard, but thankfully, their tribe has the tarp. Meanwhile, over on the fans tribe, no tarp, they are struggling hard with this constant rain and just constantly being wet. At the immunity challenge, the favorites lose, and back at camp, Ozzy says, I want Eliza out because she is a bigger challenge threat than Yao. True, but if that is his one condition for who he wants out of this game, then why wouldn't he want out Penner instead? It doesn't really matter though, because Cirie holds the real power as the swing vote and she wants Yao Man out. Penner approaches Suri and makes one last-ditch effort to stay in his alliance instead of joining Ozzy.
I'm going to use common sense. I have no hidden agenda. I have no interest in voting any of the four of you out. That's the God's honest truth.
I know that you and Yao have y'all little thing, and if you want to stand here and say that y'all don't,
But there's only two of us.
Cherie,
Hold on.
I appreciate
That's my thing.
I appreciate that.
Keep it real.
Hold on. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
I think that you and I have a little thing. Okay?
But you
I
and
think that
Yao-
Amy and I have a little thing. It's ridiculous. It's,
Call it what you want.
Okay,
and being like that is not really going to get my vote. Seriously. I've seen everybody. I may look like I'm laughing and joking and playing, but I'm watching everybody. And I know that what you have, I know there's no way you would vote him out before me. I know it ain't.
I'm trying, you want to keep it real? I'm trying to keep it real.
I have. This is why we're having this conversation.
Well, I am keeping it real.
Why is that smart? Because Penner's just digging a hole for his alliance, and Ozzy is not in that alliance. Despite this, Ozzy still pitches for Eliza, and heading into Tribal Council, they are not still unified. They could be splitting the votes here, and that's what Penner's kind of banking on. But once again, Penner helps Ozzy out, because they're friends.
For me, Jeff, had I made the move that he wanted me to make, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
I thought you were in an alliance and you flopped and then you brought everybody over. You did.
Is this not the pot calling the kettle black? I'm not doing what you want me to do. I don't trust you as far as I can pick you up and throw you. Sorry. And
Maybe
if you're
that's
upset that they trust me, too bad.
I'm not upset. I'm upset that you are going to now be in the driver's seat.
Because I'm not voting the way you want me to vote.
So I'm hoping that people do vote the way they honestly believe this tribe is going to be the strongest.
Everybody here knows it was split.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Penner. So everyone goes to vote, and the real question is, will they vote together, or are they going to split the vote?
First vote. Parvati. Parvati. 2 votes, Parvati. Suri. Yao Man. Yao Man. Yao Man. Yao Man. Third person voted out of fans versus favorites. Yao Man. Yao Man. The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
They unified, and Suri flipped, which was to be expected, I think, after those 2 arguments, but Eliza flipped as well, which is a surprise. Unexpected, but pleasant. The next day, James is like, I cannot believe we let Suri dictate that last vote. Why does she have so much power? And Ozzy says, yeah, I wish Eliza went instead. Like, dude, Yao Man was not on your side, Ozzy. Eliza actually did flip and voted with you, and you still wanted her gone? The worst part is who is witnessing this conversation as it takes place.
I'm aggravated. I can't believe we done that stupid crap last night.
Me neither.
I'm still sitting right here.
Well, I know you're sitting right there. You're about to die.
I didn't know you were so sick.
It's not contagious.
It's not about being contagious. It's about being in a weaker state.
After they found out that I was sick right to my face, Ozzy and James said, oh, we should have voted you out last night. We wish we'd voted you out last night. So that made me feel like crap.
The arrogance that was kind of present in Cook Islands, I would say mostly in episode 2 when he did the whole flip on Billy, is coming up here again for Ozzy. So at the reward challenge, both tribes need to remove 1 coconut at a time from an underwater cage that they can use to solve a world scramble. While the rules state that only 1 coconut can be removed from the cage at a time, this doesn't stop Ozzy from channeling his inner Yule challenge hacking skills when he does this.
Ozzy's spending a lot of time underwater. Ozzy's starting to make his way forward now. Looks like he is moving several coconuts at once. Ozzy with the first coconut for the favorites. Penner swims out to the front of the cage where Ozzy has pushed the coconut forward. Parvati up with the 4th coconut for the favorites. Ozzy's strategy starting to pay off. Favorites with a big lead thanks to Ozzy's strategy. Triumphant. Favorites win reward! How about that down, Tim?
After they win, Ozzy and Kathy are sent to exile. Now for Kathy, this is trip number 3, and she's already over it. I would be too. 3 trips in a row, get me out of here. But for Ozzy, he thinks there is a chance that neither Saria or Amy before him found the idol. They're good players, but who really knows? So he goes to look for it, and...
Taking a lesson from Yao Man and Fiji, I'm just gonna try and fashion some sort of fake idol. This is Igor, the immunity idol. The fake immunity idol. God, I hope someone finds it and tries to play it.
Ozzy channels his inner Yao man and makes a bad-looking fake idol. Maybe this appreciation for Yao is why he wanted to keep him over Eliza. Anyways, the favorites win immunity, and episode 5 starts off with Ozzy chopping a chicken's head off and laughing. I'm surprised they waited this long to eat the chickens, but on the other hand, Ozzy doesn't really want them dead since he thinks they will still provide a constant supply of eggs. We then see him tell his alliance of James, Amanda, and Parvati about his idol. A risky move, but as long as it stays secret, then he should be fine. However, Jeff throws a twist at them when he says,
Drop your buffs, we are switching tribes.
Ozzy stays on Malakal with Suri, Amy, Eric, Tracy, Chet, Joel, and his lover, Amanda. Not a bad swap for him, but a little worrying since earlier Eric literally said he wants to beat Ozzy in episode 1, and due to no fault of Ozzy, they lose reward. So at the new Malakal camp, Ozzy says, yeah, Chet sucks. He was no help during the challenge at all. Since this is our first time meeting Chet and Joel, let me get you up to speed on their relationship. Chet is a goofball and Joel hates him. Good, we're all caught up.
I'll get my head.
I don't care.
I know. Ozzy is amazing. The kid can swim like crazy. He's natural in the water. That's just how he was born. And there's nothing to it other than that. I mean, I can't compete with him. He's amazing. After we were out on the water, we had a little conversation on the beach between mainly Joel and Ozzy, and I kind of listened in. And it was kind of like two superpowers kind of discussing terms.
I think it is to a degree still fans versus favorites, but either the favorites have to swing a fan over to their side or the fans have to swing a favorite over to their side. Somebody's going to have to flip.
I want you to see this next event as it happens, and then I will explain something you may not have noticed.
When I went over to the net, I looked down and there's this huge white thing, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's like 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yeah, 35, 40 pounds.
It was huge. What am I gonna do? Like, I'm from Montana. We don't have sharks in Montana.
Oh my God.
I mean, damn, Amanda, she basically wrestled a 4-foot shark by herself. I mean, that's pretty attractive to a guy like me.
Okay, so Amanda happens to pull a shark that got caught in their net and it died. That's how she described the event, and I have no reason not to believe her. I don't think she went out there and like stabbed a shark. But for Ozzy, you notice how he recalled the event as Amanda wrestled a shark like Richard Hatch and brutally murdered it, and now he is hornier than ever. When you're into someone like Ozzy is, logic kind of goes out the window. But enough of these two for now. They lose immunity, and back at camp, Joel's like, just kidding, we can totally vote out Chet, just please don't vote me out. Which Ozzy then pitches to Suri, but
Chet goes. And we'll have Joel. We'll still have the numbers. We'll be able to win reward.
Do you think Joe is really that great is helping us win? He didn't help us win today. He didn't hit one tile. Big as he is, he should have hit something. Tracy's like this big and hit more tiles than he did.
I know.
He didn't do nothing but screw us up in the puzzle.
Like, I mean, he's still like a mover and a shaker. Chet's nothing and a nothing.
But Joe is already playing the game. Chet ain't really into playing the game like that. There's so many pluses for getting rid of Joe, and Chet is just like a pawn. We can use Chet for whatever we need, whenever we need.
That's true.
Joe, you can't do that with.
That makes sense.
This is an incredibly important vote tonight. We are at a crossroads. We are at a point where we need to decide how we're going to approach the rest of the game. Chet, in challenges, he is a waste of space. On the other hand, Joel wants to win challenges, but Joel wants to win the game really bad. And Joel is dangerous. It's a hard decision.
At Tribal Council, Jeff goes to read the votes, and when he does, the smirk comes right off of Joel's face as he realizes Chet beat him, and Joel is gone 6-2.
Joel, tribe has spoken. Time for the go.
Episode 6 starts, and come on, Amanda and Ozzy, what happened to keeping this a secret? Not that they've been doing a good job so far, but now they're not even trying to hide it. This is just blatant. Later in the episode, we finally see someone go to exile for the first time since Ozzy and Kathy went. This time, it is Chet and Jason. So Chet channels his inner Kathy and doesn't care about looking for the idol, but Jason does. So
There we go, baby.
guess this is the hidden immunity idol. It's not much, but it's the carving of a piece of wood with the little guy on it, and this is pretty incredible. So, you know, I'm gonna have to hold on to this tight. This means Ozzy doesn't have it. I have it, so this is really good for me.
Please have him play it. Please have him play it. At the immunity challenge, we learned that Penner was pulled from the game due to an infection in his knee, but more importantly is that Jason unintentionally tells Jeff the truth when he says out loud that he thinks Ozzy has the idol, since Jason says, I didn't find it. However, Jason is right. He didn't find it, but he doesn't even know he's right. But the seed has been planted with everyone that Ozzy does indeed possess the idol. Irai goes on to hack the challenge and beats Malakal. So back at camp, Chet is not only worthless at challenges, but now his heel is bad and he's like, please just vote me out. Channeling his inner fair play. Ozzy says great, that was kind of already the plan. At Tribal Council, Jeff then asks Ozzy a question, and
I'm not the one going home tonight. I mean, everybody knows he's going home, so it's not really of any concern. Let's be honest with each other right now. Chet's going home tonight. And if somehow everyone is not voting that way, then I have no business being here.
You wouldn't be the first to be blindsided.
That's true. That's very true.
I think Ozzy this season is more comfortable than last time. He was constantly on the bottom in Cook Islands, which made him a fun underdog to root for. A little arrogance here and there with being underdog, that's okay. But here, he's the top dog and it just doesn't come across the same. So everyone goes to vote and Chet is gone 5-2.
Chet, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 7 starts and Ozzy is mad at Tracy for wanting to kill more chickens since they can make eggs. Tracy says Ozzy is acting like the kingpin around here.
And like you're not going to kill them as soon as some more people get off so you can have more meat for yourself?
No. No. Not going to happen.
Ozzy is in control of this tribe.
He's like the kingpin. He tells you what you can and can't do. He tells you when you're going to eat. He cooks the food, and then we have to wait till Ozzy says eat it. It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy.
Ozzy is going to win this thing if we don't get him out of this game.
Well, let's just kill him right now. All
right.
3 of them.
Oh, the chicken issue. Come on, girls.
I agree, Ozzy's far more openly arrogant than he was last time. However, Eric then basically professes his love for Ozzy and sees him as some sort of superhero. Suri even compares their relationship to Mufasa and Simba from The Lion King. We then see Ozzy teaching Eric how to do the things he does, like getting coconuts out of trees. But then we have a scene where Ozzy wants to row out super far in the boat, and
We're not that far from shore yet. We're not. Look, right there.
I can see
Yeah, you. Nothing's gonna happen. Don't worry. Just trust me for a little bit.
Ozzy is about numero uno, and that's Oscar.
3. Oh, babe, you're unhappy.
So you'll have this little reef adventure at my expense today, but it won't happen again.
the whiplash from criticism to praise right back to criticism is hurting my neck. Basically, if you aren't good at challenges and can't provide around the camp to a level that Ozzy deems acceptable, he doesn't like you. But if you can, then he's all in on keeping you around. The storytelling really focuses on Suri though, with both of these moments, the Eric moment and the Reef moment, and I think that really says a lot. But let's jump forward to the reward challenge where
it is trial and error.
That's it, Ozzy.
Molotov wins reward!
I think that's our shower right there. Yeah.
You want to go shower?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Amy, come on.
My goodness. Ooh-wee. I don't know, I just looked over and there's like a couple pair of boobs in Ozzy's head, smack dab in the middle. I'm like, okay. The only thing funnier was Eric drooling from the side.
Well, I don't really know what to say about this except fun. Back at camp, Suri talks to Amanda about how arrogant Ozzy is, and you know it's bad when even Amanda is agreeing. At the immunity challenge, they find out that Kathy quit. Yeah, probably because she was sent to exile 3 times and is kind of crazy. But then during the challenge,
Go! Go, baby, go!
Come on, Ozzy!
Go, faster! Irai lost a lot of time right off the bat. Ozzy at the second bundle of puzzle pieces. Ozzy with a big lead. Gotta go. Ozzy having no trouble on this bridge.
There you go.
Ozzy like he's on a boogie board. Come on, Ozzy! Ozzy heads out for that 5th and final puzzle piece for Molokol. Molokol pulling him back. Ozzy really working it like it's a board. Molokol already working on that puzzle with a big lead. Immunity on the line.
You guys are doing great.
Is it right? All right. Wins immunity.
Ozzy got them a massive lead and they just blew it. Thanks. At least he is still a challenge beast, and come the merge has a shot to add on to his 5 individual wins. Back at camp, Ozzy is of course pitching to keep Eric over Tracy, and at Tribal Council, Tracy says Ozzy is dictating how this tribe is run, with Suri and even Eric agreeing. Wow, Ozzy had no idea people felt this way about him. Everyone goes to vote, and Ozzy, the dictator, gets his way as Tracy is gone 5-1.
Tracy, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 8 starts off with Ozzy saying, I don't see myself as some sort of tribe leader.
Tracy described me as the leader. I really don't think that I'm the leader. I just think that I've got a lot of good opinions and a lot of know-how when it comes to surviving out here, and people respect that.
Ozzy, you literally explain what being a leader is, except good leaders listen to others and do what the group wants. For Ozzy, it's his way or the highway. Amy then talks to him and says, hey, I am so dedicated to you. And Ozzy is very suspicious about this though, because despite her being loyal to a fault in Vanuatu, here in this season, she has been sneaking behind his back and trying to work with the fans. From Amy's perspective though, it makes sense what she's doing, but from Ozzy's perspective, yeah, she's not trustworthy. Ozzy is then sent to exile with Alexis, and in a twist, they both get immunity, but they can't help their tribes with the immunity challenge. So basically, the other tribe just gave Ozzy individual immunity by default for being a threat. So on exile,
Haha, someone's taking the bait. Yes, 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 yes.
Someone has taken my fake hidden immunity idol. I don't know who, but it's gone. It's not here.
Who's it gonna be? Who is gonna be tricked by Ozzy?
Upon returning back to camp, Eric tells him that they lost and he wants to vote out Amy, while also revealing what Ozzy feared. Amy was indeed scheming to vote him out behind his back. He talks with Amanda, who says, yeah, I would rather keep Amy. At least I know what she's capable of. With Eric, I'm not quite sure. But of course, Ozzy wants to keep Eric. They're like a twosome. At Tribal Council, Amy lays on the waterworks and says, please don't vote me out. I was actually lying to the fans, not to you, Ozzy. I would never lie to you. Right. So in a 4-1 vote, she is gone.
Amy, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 9 sees Ozzy saying if Amy was honest about her scheming, he would have kept her. Now, I doubt this personally, but I have no proof, so we'll just have to trust him on this one. But then, it finally happens.
Make your way to the location designated on the map immediately.
We're merging.
Yeah, I think we're merging.
Make your way to the location designated on the map immediately. Today is cause for celebration. You are merged.
Merge, baby. If the line between fans and favorites stays true, the favorites hold a 6-4 lead as of now. Eric then talks to Ozzy and says, hey, no matter what, I am 100% on your side. Eric really wants to ride Ozzy's coattails to the end, but then at the merge feast, I guess because this is a local dish, they have wet bat, and James is loving this so much. But then that night, Ozzy makes a move that truly just shows how comfortable he has become in this game.
I'm ready to go beyond fans versus favorites. That, yeah, I mean, I like you a lot.
You know, I had a great time with Ozzy out on Exile, and I am a fan, you know, so I was just kind of excited to come out here and get to know him, and I felt like it was very genuine from both sides.
I think that you really do deserve to be here, and I would rather have you here than somebody else. You smell good. Yeah, right.
I know Alexis likes Ozzy, but me and Ozzy have been doing this together for 22 days now, and she just comes in and makes herself all comfortable, and yeah, it bothers me a little bit. I want her gone.
Wow.
Alexis is attractive, but if you already have Amanda head over heels for you, like, what are you doing? Also notice how Alexis mentioned that at Exile more happened than what we saw. Yeah, I would like to see those scenes, please. Anyways, Ozzy says after some investigating, he suspects that Jason has the fake idol and he can't wait to see it played. I agree, so why wait? Let's see what happens.
I told you about the hidden immunity idol. If I win, I'd give it to you. I definitely say Ozzy.
If I can win the individual immunity challenge with the hidden immunity idol, I'll give it to you. Who would have guessed? I made an alliance with the right person who was sent to exile one too many times.
Ozzy comes up, it's over. Jason wins first individual immunity. Individual immunity. Safe at Tribal Council tonight.
Eliza's getting voted out.
Eliza has been my biggest rival, I think, since the beginning of this game.
It's in my bag.
That's on your finger.
This isn't it. This is so stupid. This is just a napkin. What are you trying to pull? I'm going home anyhow. Why? It's not the idol.
It is the idol.
It's not the idol.
Yes, it is.
Ozzy must have put it in there. He must have the real thing. That's not the idol.
What is it? It's a stick. I know. It has a face on it. Don't worry.
Ozzy put it in there, made a face on it.
No, he didn't.
It's not the idol.
Why do you say that?
Because that can't be the idol.
Why not?
Because it's just a stick.
I know.
I hope something miraculous happens with the stick and you voted out, not me.
Tonight, my vote is for Ozzy. Hopefully what I gave Eliza is the real hidden immunity idol. I can't wait to see the look on your face if it is you.
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, then any votes cast against that person do not count. This is not a hidden immunity idol.
That means Ozzy has it. Jason found it on Exile.
Jeff, come on. That took hours to make.
Yep, Jason wants Ozzy out, wins immunity, gives Eliza his idol. She realizes right away, obviously this is a fake, plays it, and Ozzy laughs. Sounds about right, and the show did an excellent job of setting this up and paying it off. Beautiful, just beautiful. So, in an 8-2 vote, Eliza's gone.
Eliza, the tribe has spoken.
Climax already. Okay then. Episode 10 sees people worried about Ozzy and his idol. He is the only real one in the game, and now everyone's basically confirmed that, yeah, he has it. It's not just Jason saying it, they all know it. Plus, Ozzy is a challenge beast, so his threat level is super high. And in fact, Cerise says it was a shame that Eliza's idol was fake because Ozzy being gone wouldn't be so bad for her game. Jason then piles on and says continuing to beat Ozzy at challenges is the best thing for himself. Ozzy's team then wins reward, an on-set reward. The local women are, well, you can see. And Eric is drooling, not just because of the locals, but because he has been drinking beer and eating, I believe it's betel nuts. I'm working on the phrasing of this, but it's like tobacco. It's a local tobacco treat, and it causes him to blow chunks. Ozzy says Eric being naive is so lovable. Back at camp, Ozzy goes into depth about the feast they have, and Parvati says, yeah.
He is such a low brat. He's like, everyone else is downplaying how good the food is, and he's like, did you hear? And it was so delicious. I was, please tell me every mouth-watering detail about where you were.
I worry about Parvati. She's put herself into alliance with Natalie and Alexis, and I don't know these girls. I don't trust them. And Ozzy has to be careful because he is such a threat, and they know he has the idol.
The sentiment to get Ozzy out is rising, and he is doing nothing to change that. At the immunity challenge, all they have to do is keep one arm above their head so the bucket of water does not hit their head. Sure, Ozzy lost the last immunity after a valiant effort. I mean, if Jason wasn't so good, Ozzy would have won, but this time I bet he really wants to win, so.
3 chocolate glazed donuts. I'll take it. Ozzy opts out of the challenge for 3 chocolate donuts.
For 3 donuts, I mean, come on. However, it all comes down to Jason and Parvati. Now, Ozzy wants Jason out, so him, along with others, promise Jason that if you drop, I won't vote you out. And somehow Jason believes this. Back at camp, Ozzy says, what an idiot Jason is for believing me. But then Sari talks to Parvati, Alexis, and Natalie, and
I think this will be a plan for clarity. I'm gonna get rid of Ozzy. Yeah, don't tell Amanda no matter what you do.
Ozzy may need to play his idol tonight. Parvati then tells us that she is unsure if she can flip on Ozzy, Amanda, and James since they have all been tight since day one, so that's probably not gonna happen. At Tribal Council, everyone goes to vote, and
if anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay. First vote, Jason. Jason, 2 votes, Jason. Jason, 3 votes, Jason. Jason, that's 4 votes, Jason. Ozzy. Ozzy. Ozzy, that's 4 votes, Jason. 3 votes, Ozzy. Ozzy, we're tied. 10th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites and the 2nd member of our jury, Ozzy. Ozzy, charge spoken.
So let's break this down. How is Ozzy as a character? Ozzy this season seemed like a guy who played a prior season, lost by a vote, the general fan base grew to love, showered him with praise, and he got a big head, and then he played again without being humbled at all. Ozzy had hints of arrogance in his first season, but he was the underdog there, so in context, it worked in his favor when he shouted at Penner and Candace since they flipped on him. Here, his arrogance seems a whole lot different when he's the top dog and doesn't even recognize it. I really think his final words this season say it all.
I'm an idiot. I should have seen it coming, but I got too comfortable. To whoever it was in my alliance that voted the other way, right now I pretty much hate you. So, screw you, basically.
Out of 23 character moments shown on the show, 11 were heroic and 12 were villainous, making Ozzy Lusth a villain character on Survivor Micronesia. Now, how is Ozzy as a strategist? Believe it or not, Ozzy didn't even bring his idol to Tribal. That's how comfortable he felt. Being comfortable in Survivor pretty much never works out. You have to be at least a little paranoid in Survivor, otherwise you do what Ozzy did here and think that you are far too valuable to be removed, your alliance can be trusted no matter what, no one's gonna turn on me, and I think he would have been a lot better off being humble, listening, and not dropping immunity for 3 donuts. Just win the challenges. I hope that whenever he returns to play, he can at least learn from this or be an underdog like he was in Cook Islands. Out of 35 strategic moments shown on the show, 21 were smart and 14 were dumb, making Ozzy Lusth a smart strategist on Survivor Micronesia. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.